Ya Allah, Ya Alim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. I call upon Allah, the All-Knowing, the Most Gracious, the Most Merciful. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today's discussion is about the origin of the word Sufism and Tasawwuf. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and subscribe to my channel. Let's start it. The Arabic word Tasawwuf, lit being or becoming a Sufi, generally translated as Sufism. There are at least 5 different opinions on the origin of the Arabic word Sufi. First, the term Sufi was supposed to be derived from the word Ahl al-Sufa, a group of Prophet's companions who took part in the emigration, Hijra, to Medina. They were often described as the poor, because they had to leave all of their belongings in Mecca, in order to emigrate to Medina. They lived with nothing around the Prophet's mosque, al-Masjid al-Nabi, where they slept on stone seats, Sufa, with saddle cushions for their pillows. Second, it was probably derived from the word saf, lines where people are standing during a prayer. The first saf in a prayer is an honorable place, that will be rewarded by a first place, before God in the next world. A Sufi is also believed as a group of people, who are rewarded by such an honor, because they are considered God's lovers in this world. Third, it was supposed to be derived from the word Safi, meaning a person who is pure. A Sufi is so called because this term refers to somebody who purifies his heart by way of long and harsh training. Fourth, it was believed that this term originated from the Greek word sophos, meaning wisdom. This designation comes from the fact that Sufis are known as a people of wisdom, al-hikmah. Fifth, the term Sufi was probably derived from the word suf, meaning wool, which was commonly used to make Sufi robes. These robes were made of coarse wool, as symbol of penitence and renunciation of worldly vanities, which becomes a main characteristic of Sufism. All of these 5 different opinions have a plausible connection with the Sufi tradition in the course of history. The pursuit of truth is the quest for a particular goal, a quest pursued no matter how difficult the path, and for the most important truths, the way may be long and arduous indeed. Tasawwuf, or Sufism, is the esoteric school of Islam, founded on the pursuit of spiritual truth as a definite goal to attain. The truth of understanding reality as it truly is, as knowledge, and so achieving ma'arifat. In Tasawwuf, when we speak of understanding or cognition, we refer to that perfect self-understanding that leads to the understanding of the divine. This very logical principle is based on a typically succinct saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever knows oneself, knows one's Lord. The origins of Tasawwuf can be traced to the heart of Islam, in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whose teachings attracted a group of scholars who came to be called al-Suf, the people of Suf, from their practice of sitting at the platform of the mosque of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina. There they engaged in discussions concerning the reality of being, and in search of the inner path they devoted themselves to spiritual purification and meditation. The al-Suf believed that it was the unique human right and privilege to be able to find the way towards understanding the reality of the divine. As the cognitive tools of ordinary mental logic are limited in their ability to comprehend such a great and all-embracing subject, disputation and all discussions based on language alone cannot open any door to understanding such reality. Instead, such a path of understanding necessitates spiritual striving, the understanding and the knowledge of the heart, in its quest to realize the existence of the divine. Such an approach separates Sufis from philosophers, and indeed from any other group of scholars, whose knowledge is founded upon traditions, words, assumptions, and the imagination instead of the actual and direct understanding of all that exists. Thus the path of Sufis, of cognizant Muslims, was separate from that of the traditional understanding. They became the people of the Tariq, or the Way. Their particular goal was to understand and introduce the esoteric aspect of Islam, as opposed to the exoteric public elements of this universal religion. The principles of Sufism are all based upon the rules and teachings of the Quran, and the instructions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To a Sufi there is no gulf of separation between all of being, the Creator, and his creations. That the multitude cannot perceive this fundamental unity is the result of the impurity of nafs, the limitations of the material and physical tools that mankind possesses. If man were free from the limitations of matter, then he would surely witness this immense and eternal unity of being. But there is a chance for mankind to ascend to such a level of understanding, a pathway that can be followed through purification and meditation to the realization of its achievement. When one's heart is purified, the manifestations of the divine is reflected in the mirror of the heart. Only then may man ascend from the level of his animal nature to the level of the true human being. Since all the principles that underlie the instructions of Sufis are based on the Quran, it is impossible to relate Sufism to any religion outside of Islam. Yet the search for true understanding and abstract knowledge of reality is a universal quest. As long as humanity endures, so too will the search for such understanding continue. History shows us that every nation and religion has its own way of expressing the universal spiritual quest. May Allah bless you with strong iman, taqwa, piety, purity of heart, good manners, and good deeds. Thanks for listening and staying with us by subscribing. See you again on next discussion. Bye.